Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel.
It's now Saturday the 2nd of March, and today I'm leaving Chiang Mai to go further north to Chiang Rai. I couldn't get a ticket on the 9 o'clock bus because it was full, but I did manage to get the last ticket available for the 10 o'clock. So my transport has arrived. This is the 10 o'clock bus to Chiang Rai. The ticket costs just 196 baht, which is around about £4. So it just goes to show how cheap public transport is here in Thailand. This is my hotel here in Chiang Rai. When I got off the bus, I looked straight for a taxi, but the taxi driver said, no need for a taxi, walk. It's only about a couple of 100 yards away from the bus station. And by strange coincidence, the name of the hotel is called The North. And the hotel where I stayed in Chiang Mai was called Top North. I booked the hotel here in Chiang Rai online this morning, and I'm quite pleased with what's turned out. This is the room. I have air conditioning there, and of course there's a fridge there, and a fairly smallish TV, not that I'll be using that. Right next to reception there's a little breakfast area where light breakfasts are provided at no extra cost. So how much do you think this room cost? No, you're wrong. It was only £15 per night, and the hotel is located in the town centre with the bus station only a couple of 100 yards away. My room is actually on the second floor, but on the first floor there's this lovely little terrace area, and it's actually quite a little sun trap. Nice little market here. Here's the fruit stalls. I always say that Google Maps are a blessing for a stranger in a strange town, and right now I'm on my way to the anniversary flag and lamp park. Wow, this market's never ending. And of course is the obligatory insect stall. I have eaten scorpion and crickets, but I'll leave them alone I think today. Smelly crab? Yeah. Two spring roll. The 3 pieces of chicken that I had, one of them spicy, came to about £1.50, and the 3 spring rolls with the chips was just £1. And so this is the park that I've been looking for. Presumably there's some form of entertainment on a stage just here. And guys, if you're with your current girlfriend, don't worry, There's plenty of opportunities for selfies, as no doubt you've seen from the still pictures. It's now Sunday, the 3rd of March, the 5th day of my adventure here in Thailand. And I'm heading for a well-known attraction here in the town, which is the town's old clock tower. And there it is, coming up in the distance. The clock itself looks rather old, but it is at least telling the right time, 25 past 10 in the morning. One thing that surprises me in this town of Chiang Rai is that it's quite easy to cross over the roads here. It doesn't seem to be very busy at all, as you can see. I'm walking down the centre of a dual carriageway here, and quite a wide boulevard, but very little traffic on it. Today is Sunday, admitted, but I was here yesterday on the Saturday and there was very little difference in how busy these roads were. I've decided to have breakfast at this roadside cafe, and breakfast is served. And of course you can't walk too far in Thailand without coming across another temple.
Here, some steps led up to a Buddha statue on the roof section, but the sign on the wall indicates that the statue is sacred and that females are not allowed to climb up. The ancient upper steps, which are open to the elements, were much more tricky to negotiate, very much a case of mind your step and mind your head.
Well, at long last I found my way to the street where most of the bars are located, and this is an Irish bar where there's some live music.
The sunless lies that you down in this town in final location, and understood that Hollywood is Californication.
Today I've booked a tour around the province of Chiang Rai. I've got my own private chauffeur, just me in the car, and the driver's name is Nick, and we're going to be visiting some temples and also a certain cave which is quite famous, but more of that later. This is the White Temple. The basic structure is made of concrete with a wooden roof, but it looks as though it's made of porcelain, and this effect has been made by a combination of whitewash and transparent mirrored chips. The temple was built in 1997, although an earthquake partially destroyed the temple in 2014, and it was closed for 2 years before it reopened. And of course the temple has to be maintained, and there you see some painting going on. stop is at the Blue Temple, also a very famous temple here in Chiang Rai. Now is the Blue Temple. It was initiated by the local community to replace an old abandoned temple, and it's a fairly new temple. It was only completed in 2016. And arrived now at the Black Houses. The Barn Dam Museum, or Black Houses as they're more commonly known, built in 1975, and the main Black House is actually an art museum and gallery. There's even an artist actually painting inside the Black House. Now to the last stop of the day, which is the Tham Luang cave. I've arrived now at the entrance to the cave, which is in the location of these mountains. The reason why the mountains look so hazy is because there is a lot of crop burning in the farms in the fields. I'm now getting in this other vehicle, which is going to take me direct to the entrance. I can only walk in chamber 1, which is around about 200 yards or so. So we're off. I'm the only person on this vehicle. The cave, of course, became famous in 2018 when 12 members of a junior football team aged between 11 and 16 were inside the cave, and following a deluge of rain became trapped, and they were inside the cave for around about 3 weeks, but eventually they were rescued. Around about 10,000 people were involved in the rescue effort, and sadly 2 of the rescuers died. You can even see a couple of the boys' bicycles right by the entrance, along with a few t-shirts. And alongside the shirts, there's even a glass display of some of the equipment which was used during the rescue. Even some footwear and some torches. The boys and their assistant coach went nearly 2 kilometres inside the cave, but the tourists can only go about 200 yards inside. And in this picture here, you can even see the boys' bicycles parked near the entrance. And this is the entrance to the cave. And so, for the descent. Some of these stalactites there. Down in the pit there you can see some other visitors to the cave, but I have to say that there's hardly anybody inside the cave today. One or two offerings that have been made just here. So I've now walked up the right hand side of the cave. Now I'm going to go up the steps of the left hand side. The handrail at the side of the steps seems to have disappeared at the moment, so it's a case of watch your step. Some people have brought torches with them, and I'm beginning to think that might have been a good idea. Four lads have just walked away from me, and I think I'm the only person here in this little part of the cave. Run down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone. Who was it who sang that? I think it was Noel Harrison, son of Rex Harrison. And this chain here signifies the end of chamber 1. You're not allowed to go any further. I think there's 9 chambers in the cave altogether. At certain times of the year, I think you can go into chambers 2 and 3, although that's for experienced potholers only. As I say, I think I'm right in saying there's 9 chambers inside this cave, and the boys went all the way to chamber 9. On this picture here, if I zoom in, you can see chamber 1. And you can follow the route all the way down to chamber 9. Heading back to the entrance now, or the exit, whatever. I must say the only criticism I've got of the cave is that there doesn't seem to be sufficient lighting in the actual roof of the cave. Back in the floor of the chamber now. All I've got to do now is walk back up the steps to the exit.
And that's the end of episode 3. Coming up next in part 4, I go even further north to where Thailand meets the borders of Myanmar and Laos. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and when searching for the channel in the YouTube search box, be sure to enter the channel name exactly as written to ensure that all the videos will be displayed.